ma'am. Yes, sir. Welcome back to another podcast episode. This is Let's Talk. My name is Bokang, Jiyane. If it's your first time here, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're listening to, or rather on any of the DSPs, especially Spotify, please do give us a good rating, give us 5-star, and then tell us why you'll give us a 4.5. And we'll make sure we get to that 5-star level. Young Tola. But on other news, yeah, man, I am not alone today. And I do not just have one guest with me, but two guests. Right. Today I am joined by Neliswa and Zanele Ndala.
I'm so nervous.
Yeah. The Three Stooges, what's going on?
What's that go?
How are you?
Good, how are you, Bokang?
No, I'm good, guys.
Wait, guys, I'm so nervous.
I was about to
what
say.
The hell?
I'm okay. I was going to ask Zanele, how are you?
You never see.
But you both have been on the podcast, bro.
No, let me tell you, the last time I've been on your podcast was when we were at your house with the phones. This is
different.
You've upgraded. You are up now. I'm being interviewed by a celebrity. Yeah.
Stop. You're making me blush.
Now, but shout out.
Yeah. Hey, we're trying.
Shout out.
We're trying.
This is crazy.
Yeah, welcome to Let's Talk.
Yes.
How are you guys?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Bokang, do you want the
real or
real
like
answer?
The real answer.
I am good, but to be quite honest with you, it is 2025 and I am God's strongest soldiers.
Yeah.
Already 3 months in and already I'm God's strongest soldiers, but
Yeah.
we are soldiering it out.
Okay.
Soldiering it out.
Fair. Zanele?
I'm good. Yeah, well, and then
The deeper answer.
the deeper real answer, ngiyagoa.
Yeah.
Ngiyagoishing. But in church they say don't say uyagoa, you are goa
Growa.
through.
Ngiyagrowa.
So
Okay.
ngiyagrowa. Unfortunately, I'm also one of God's strongest soldiers after I have begged to not be on the list, but I am on the list. Life is strange right now. I'm not used to where I am. I'm not used to the position I'm in. I don't like the position I'm in. Yeah, just figuring it out.
Interesting. No, we'll unpack that. We'll unpack all of that, Mawaza. But yeah, tell me, why are you here?
Well, how are you, Bokang?
Yes.
Before we go into why
How are
we
you?
Sorry, I'm so used to interview mode. Forgive me.
How are you?
How am I? I'm tired, Oix. But I actually was deeping it last night, editing one of the podcast episodes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love this, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I really love being busy. And everything that I'm doing, from the acting to the dancing to the podcast to radio to all of it, has just been everything I kind of prayed on Ox for, even though it's at a smaller scale and I'm trying to hit it on the highest. It's still something I love. And I was just really just chopping chats with Bragod, and I was like, bro, like,
Yeah.
Thank you so
shout out.
much.
Yeah, like, shout out. Like,
Love it.
it's much better than it was last year or the year before, where I was crying to be where I am now, you know, just to get the foot in the door. And now I've got my foot in the door. Now it's like,
Got both feet.
now I must.
You're good
All
now.
feet, oh.
Yo, the whole body's in the door.
I don't know about that, but
I know about that.
now
You're
we're trying.
cooking.
Now we're trying to just like force ourselves in the house
Yeah.
Yeah.
of whatever that is or whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm good. Just tired, but rather that than
I wanted to say,
Not.
I know how you are. Like, you don't allow yourself to be present, and you also don't give yourself enough credit. Like, do you know how much you've accomplished in just 2 months? You have accomplished so much. I need you to give yourself your flowers. Like, you are kicking. You are one of the most consistent people I know, and your consistency is paying off.
Yeah.
God is showing off with you.
and he
So I
is.
need
But
you
now
to.
you're like, it's
Nah,
not.
it's a yeah.
It's
Like,
like bless
you need to like really see yourself for what's happening right now in your life. Like, so happy for you.
I hear that. But yeah, we'll deep it. We'll deep it just now. All right, cool. Now it's poem of the week. The one time of the podcast where I can be absolutely selfish.
Actually take a video this time. The last time I said I wanted to take a video, but I didn't.
So yeah, man, I've been writing a lot,
Yeah.
and I'm loving it, right? And this time I think I've let go because the people know already. I love. Well, you guys know already. Man, I speaking like y'all don't know? I love love. But I've been communicating even on the pod that I've been in a weird place with love. But that's allowed for so much more in my poetry.
Oh.
And it's opened up a third eye, so to speak,
Something
in my
else.
writing. And I'm loving that so
Yeah.
much. But that being said, I need you guys to pick a number between 1 and 10.
Let's say together. 3, 2, 1, 4.
2.
Oh.
Okay, wait.
Try it again.
10. I thought it was 5.
1 and
In my-
10.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, between 1 and 10.
Okay.
Like, we're
Okay,
connected.
wait.
We're connected.
Okay.
3.
1, 2. The fact that we started. I thought, okay, wait.
1 and 10.
Okay.
I feel like we could do
Okay.
this. 3, 2, 1,
5.
7.
Okay, girl.
Damn. Okay, so 6.
So 6.
So 6.
So 6.
All right. Okay. This one, I don't know why. I titled, wow, it's actually quite long. It's titled The Plight of Love.
Okay.
This is how it goes. It says,
Okay.
Hi, it's me again, the guy who writes about love but never gets it quite right. One day, I just might. I wish you could understand this plight. Come, let me give you a bite. Have you ever yearned? I mean, truly, yearned for something. I mean, so much the appearance didn't matter. It was just the thing. Like, even if he was ugly, at least you married a king. Did the idea ring? Okay. How about having a knowing, deep in your heart, that something is beautiful, but you can't experience it? Or there are obstacles to overcome in order to see it? Feel it, like it's just there, like a carrot to a bunny, cheese to a mouse, only for it to be yanked, for it to be a trap. Something it was, not. I guess looks can be deceiving. So this thing I chase, redundant, like a hamster on wheels, the active pursuit is the very thing impeding the destination, which doesn't really exist as it seems to morph. It's dubious. You get there, but you never arrive. I'm no quitter, so I spend my free time creating fairy tales of a happily ever after. One day in a land far, far away, I suppose about writing the perfect poem. Because I yearn for generations after me to know me, the way I know Shakespeare, and a plethora of spoken word poets who have taken a bite, felt and lived the plight, and hold to hope that they might just get this love thing right. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Every time
Wow.
I am always left speechless. Your writing is really beautiful, and I think you should, Neliswa on that department.
It's
I love the poem of the week.
It's not it's good.
It's good.
good.
It's really good. I love the poem
Appreciate
of the week,
it.
the idea of that, because obviously, or the poem of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just highlights obviously another facet of you.
Another talent.
Another one. Thank you.
I think when we were still co-hosting a show together,
Yeah.
you used to read me your poems and like we dissect.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of lines that stood out.
Yeah.
Now, there's one word.
Can I see,
Go
please?
deeper. You wanna?
I wanna
What
just.
does dubious mean?
That's a good question. I googled it when I wrote it. But like,
I'm trying to improve my English, and every time anybody says a word that I don't know, I'm like, okay, cool. What does it mean?
let me Google it first, because
see what dubious.
I know I do my research. By the way, I don't make up words. All right, I don't make up words. Dubious means not to be replied upon, or hesitating or doubting.
Okay.
So either synonyms are doubtful, uncertain, suspect, unsure, untrustworthy, unreliable.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. What was the other word
Yeah,
that you learned?
dubious.
Zanele, the big English word.
Which one?
Seppi.
Oh, delirious. Oh, yes.
He was like,
Delirious.
delirious. I was like, oh, delirious is another word in my vocab now.
Okay.
Something funny.
Yeah.
I have
Dubious.
I have favorite words, and I
Okay.
have words I hate, which I think is so random, but I
Okay.
like sharing. Do you know what word I hate?
What?
Oblige.
Oblige. Why?
It's so
Is it
disgusting.
the
You
pronunciation
should-
of it?
yeah.
Yes. Why would you
Okay.
say obliged? Obligated is so much better.
Yeah,
Okay, I
it's
hear
true.
that,
The fact
I
that
hear
you,
that.
when you are saying obligated and obliged is two different pronunciations.
Like
Okay,
it's
fair.
the same word.
Obligated, obliged.
Do you know what?
No.
Yeah, is it?
Is it?
Obligated. It's similar spelling. Similar spelling.
Yeah, but pronunciation.
Pronunciation is
Obligated.
obligated,
Obliged.
obliged.
That's my thing. Why is it so different?
But is it not the same thing?
It is the same thing.
It is.
You're
It's the same
obligated.
word.
Yes.
Just in different tenses.
Hey, man.
Same.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why are you arguing with the Queen's
Yeah,
English,
yeah, yeah.
man? It is what it
Let's
is.
dissect the Pope.
Yes. I lost my place now. Oh no. The destination, the very thing impending, the destination, which doesn't really exist, it seems to morph. It's dubious. You get there, but you never arrive. You get there, but you never arrive. What do you mean by that?
You're always in pursuit. You're always chasing this thing, and there's no end goal. And I think that's, although this is in the context of romance, it's just been, I feel like that's been my life. Like I'm constantly chasing something. What it looks, what the destination looks like isn't it. So then that's why I'm thinking the next stanza I mentioned, it's like,
I'm no quitter, so I spend my.
Was it before that? I don't know. No, the one with the carrot to the bunny and the cheese to
it's before that.
Yeah, or hamster running on the wheel.
Yeah.
It's kind of that thing that
It's never ending.
it's never ending, but also it's a trap because it's not always what it looks like.
Yeah.
You get there, you get the cheese, but actually now you're caught in a trap. And I feel like romance has been that for me, but also life in general, where it's like, okay, cool, I'm working towards this. You get there, and it's just like,
yeah. Do you know what my thing is? Everyone says enjoy the journey, and I hear that. I hear that so much because you don't know if the destination is going to be as good as you want it to be. But the journey is not nice. Like sometimes the journey is really not nice. How do you learn to enjoy these weird phases that you go through? And I think the 20-somethings are crazy.
yeah,
The journey we're in right now, 20-something, whether it's navigating love, whether it's navigating your career, navigating yourself, discovering who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to do with your life and who you want to be.
yeah,
I think that's so crazy. And obviously that's the journey that we need to take for us to reach this destination that we don't know how it looks. But also, how do you learn to enjoy the journey when it's this complicated?
And then she loves. I'm so dead.
Because what the hell are we doing?
Answer, Bokang.
Like I got all the answers.
This is a question for you too.
I don't think there is a, like that's why the philosophy of enjoy the journey, I'm not really on it like that personally.
Yeah.
Because I really am about the destination.
Okay.
High key. Because I mean it may not always be what it looks like to be or what I have in mind, but there's a reason why I'm working towards that thing. And for me it's not even the destination or the journey for me now, it's kind of the people. Because in hindsight, when I look at like the things that I achieved, I always look if the people were not there, then the destination it's even more whack when I did it alone. And the journey is just, I haven't found the journey nice.
I also haven't found the
So
journey.
I don't know
there
why
was something
people
wrong
say
with
that.
me.
No.
How must
so,
I enjoy this journey?
So I feel like how I find solace is with the people.
That's
But
so fair.
that also gets very heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because people will be people,
Hey,
man.
Wena.
And you know, and it's always like, and I think friendship is such a huge thing. But like,
Speak, preach, Father, preach.
it's such a huge thing. But for me, in the sense that like, I'm keen to like, I don't want to say befriend people, but like to give space for people.
You're
like
very friendly.
I'll always give space for an individual.
Yeah.
Right? What do you mean by
You're
that?
very friendly. What do you mean?
What do you mean by that? So I like for friendship, so like I always give space for people, and I always tell the people in my life that, bro, like we can break up or life can happen, whatever the case might be. Sharp. If 10 years from now, 15 years from now, you hit me up, I'ma still give you space. Like there's not gonna be beef. That's just the way I am. But it's not that it doesn't hurt, and it's also not without reservation. Like the time you hit me up, it's like, what do you want now? You know, because obviously depending on how the situation went, but for me, relationship is everything.
To be quite honest with you, for me, I think I'm starting to be a bit grateful along the journey. I think we spoke about this when I was here the last time. Obviously, there's an end goal, but at the same time, there's specific things that happen in the journey. Zimbi, but is good. And now I'm trying to look at the good, then more of the bad in the journey. The journey is not nice, but at the same time, you can't dispute the fact that like there's been good things happening in the journey. But also, I am trying to suffer well. This is a concept that Pastor K always preaches about. We're going to experience trials and tribulations in life. That's just life. And especially in the journey of, like you said, whether it be love, whether it be career, friendship, whatever, you're going to experience all trials and tribulations in all shapes and forms and sizes and whatever. Yeah. And in that, I think I just want to suffer well. Essentially. Because you are going to suffer, but at the same time, it's a choice. Or are you going to wallow in your suffering? Make the best out of the suffering. Suffer well.
Yo, can I be honest? Yeah. Listen, I hear it. I think one person said, and we spoke about it this weekend, where we said the one thing that's guaranteed, even in the Bible, is that you're going to have a tough life. You're going to suffer, right? Yeah. And the Bible obviously speaks about long suffering. Yes. Personally,
you know what
I mean?
Long? Short.
So I think it's even beef, like for me, when I do go through tough times, it's not necessarily a why me thing, but it's like, why does it have to be? And I know there are answers of sin and the world and the enemy and what this, that, and the third, and spiritual powers. But I think for me, it's just like I want to test God for his word. Because in the same place where, in the same book rather, the way they speak about long suffering, they speak of blessing. Yeah. You know? And why can't I lean more towards the blessing than the long suffering? That's just my thing. It's not that the both can't coexist, so to speak. They do and they can. Yes. But personally, I'm going to lean towards the blessing, and I'm going to lean more towards where I can test God for the blessing. Yeah. It doesn't mean that it's any easier, but that's where I lean. Shout out for the Christians who want to suffer with long
suffer well.
Yeah, suffer well. Yo, man, that's your calling, that's your cup. Take it, baby. I give it to you. But as for me and my house,
no. My thing is that in the suffering world, it doesn't mean that the blessing is not coming. I understand that the blessing is coming, but at the same time, right now, I'm in a position where I don't want to be where I am, but I am where I am. Yes, I'm doing things to make it better, but at the same time, I can't wallow in my suffering. Yeah. When I say suffer well, I mean also perspective. I'm looking at, this is not going well, I'm suffering, but also maybe this is debatable, and it's a huge debate that we can go into, but I don't want us to go into it. I'm just going to say it. It's a thing of perspective. It could be worse. Yeah. Some people have it worse than me, you know, type of thing, but also perspective in terms of you've come this far. There's so much of good that's happening. I think for me, it's just the suffering well is looking at the good in the suffering. Okay. Not always in and I'm okay with the suffering. It's just for me looking at the good in the suffering and understanding that there's better to come. Okay. When it does come.
I hear that.
Interesting. Yeah. Hey, suffer well and I don't want to understand it. I'm fine without knowing it. I think what I understand of suffering well, and I don't think it's that concept, but what I force myself to do or what I think is necessary, I don't know how to put this, but in the suffering, make sure that you're working your way out. Like, don't sit and wallow in the suffering. Don't sit and say, okay, manje, like this is not working the way I want it to work, so now I'm just gonna give up. Like, I'm just gonna sit and then something's gonna happen. Like, no one's gonna come and save you. Like, you need to save yourself. Like, yes, you're not where you want to be. Yes, you're unhappy. Okay, sharp. Pray to God. You can ask the wise, whatever, but also wake up in the morning and make a plan.
So my question is, because tying it back to the beginning, how are you? Is this how you guys deal with the situations you're having now in your life? Because you guys said, but if we're deeping it, it's not. Yeah. So I'm getting that you're in your long suffering
era
season.
For me, obviously, you're working your way out of the suffering, but it doesn't take away the fact that you are suffering, and that's what we mean by suffer well. In the suffering, you must suffer well, right? But also on Sunday, you guys were there. Yeah. This is either you haven't gone through it, You are
going through it,
or
you're about to go through it.
Do you get what I'm saying? And
yeah.
it's not that it's going to happen once in your life.
No,
Yeah.
it's continuous. It's a cycle
in your life. So when every time, like Zanele was saying, every time you go through something in your life, you are going to it's the end of the world. Imagine. No, you know, that's when I feel like the concept of self-worth comes into play. For me, like you said, I think I'm in a place where obviously things are not happening at the pace and the speed that I'd like them to. It's not that I'm not doing anything about it. Obviously, the waiting room is very,
You're waiting.
Yeah.
You're waiting.
You know? And in the waiting, there's just a lot of challenges that come by, and I'm just like, God, there's no need for this. Like, why am I your strongest soldier? And why is this suffering long suffering? But at the same time, in the long suffering, I get to be grateful for the fact that I have friends like you guys that can, you know, I can go through within that long suffering, but also the little other things that do happen in the long suffering. So ngikuthatha kuthu, but at the same time I focus on the good more than the bad. I think in the long suffering, while we're working our way. My thing is that also we've been working our way out. But I don't think at this point it's up to us. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just that we're going to continue working, and whatever happens, and whatever doesn't, I guess.
Question. As we wrap up, because time's not on our side. Hey, Nina, please subscribe, share.
All of this so that we can speak for 2 hours on end. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my goodness. But yeah, before we wrap it up, I always tell people, and I try, like, even for myself, I mean, it's a pessimistic view for the most part, which I don't encourage anyone to have. But especially for us who are driven and ambitious, we always have this innate belief that we're going to make it, right? My question is, have you ever thought of the alternative? What happens if you never make it? And the reason I ask that is because, especially in the industry we're in, it's really a small percentage of people who call it on the highest.
Yeah.
So for you, have you ever thought about it? How do you feel about that idea? Because I know for me, as much as I think about it, I hate the idea of not calling it on the highest, especially in it. So I'd rather, die trying than not try at all. That's my perspective. Yeah. And that's what motivates me to be like, hey man.
You know what my thing is? I think, I don't want to say I'm the opposite, but I think my brain works overtime. Like when I say my brain works overtime, I have plan A to Z to any letter that comes after Z. Like, do you know what I mean?
Roman numerals.
When I have plan V, I X V. Do you understand? I always have plans, and I've thought of the alternative, and low-key I'm okay with the alternative. And that's where I'm trying to restructure my mind, because I don't want to be okay with the alternative, because plan A is what I want to do, and I love that. When I get to that point, I'm going to be literally so happy. Like what I want to do, the plans that I have, hopefully it's the same plans that God has for me, but those plans make me so happy. But because I'm a plans person, I need to have plans. I need to have plan A. If this doesn't work out, I have made alternatives that are comfortable. Do you know what I mean? And I want to get my mind out of the comfortable alternative, because then I always feel like I have a backup plan if that doesn't work out. So it allows me to not give my best. I've always given my best, but I'm now trying to restructure my brain, because my biggest fear is, what did you say? You rather die trying. My biggest fear is dying trying. I won't even lie. My biggest fear is to die an up-and-coming radio presenter.
Okay.
I rather let me go lecture radio. Do you know what I mean? If God can just sit down and say, it's really never going to work out for you, you're never going to get to the point where you want to be, then I'd say, okay, fine, let's restructure the plan. I do not want to die trying. If God says you're never going to be you're never going to be Bonang, then okay, am I going to be something close to it? I'm happy with that. But if I'm going to be an up-and-coming TV presenter until I'm 45, let's restructure the plan. I can lecture. I can. Do you understand? I can do other things, but my biggest fear is dying an up and coming or trying or whatever, because I've seen people live lives where they try and they try and they try and it drains them emotionally, mentally, whatever. And they reach 50 trying. And it's just like, I would rather than put my efforts into something else that I know I'll be good at and live an okay life and live a content life.
Listen, question.
That's my problem. That's my, yeah.
So the question was, are you okay with an alternative plan?
Yeah.
If the initial plan doesn't come to be.
Yeah.
I'm not. Or I was a person who was not. But I believe in the plan changing. Not the plan changing, but how we get to the plan changing. Let me say that. I don't believe. And also, the plan changing. Let me say the plan changing. I think I've said this to you. I've had visions and goals that are very huge and large, and I think I've had to downsize them, maybe because of my insecurities and maybe thinking that I'm incapable. But at the same time, I think I'm okay with the change in the plan that is present right now. And I'm okay with not an alternative plan, but at the same time reaching the main goal in alternative ways. I think we spoke about this, having to make izinto zakho or build your own she's saying anxiety or sitting. The sun is fading me. But at the same time, making plans to get wherever it is that you need to get by your own without having to use the resources that are conventionally used, right? I think right now media is pivoting to a different direction. I was, like I said, and like I've mentioned before on the podcast, no, I mentioned Bokang. I need to stop confusing it. I love traditional media, but at the same time, now traditional media is not the one thing that's dominating.
Yeah.
It's something else. And my plan was to get into traditional media and then get to but now podcasting is a thing. Okay.
Social media, content creation, influencing.
Okay. So the plan is changing because in the plan, obviously the end goal, these were the plans, which is to go into traditional media. But now it's just like the plan is changing. But at the same time, I'm sure there's no way that God is not going to do the original plan. I'm so sorry.
There's no way.
There's no way.
The original plan. But the original, not the original, but the original plan in between, they think it can change. I also wanted to clarify. I think I agree with that. I am okay with the plan changing. How we get there, I'm okay with the changing. I want to be radio presenter, TV presenter. If I need to be an influencer, content creator, Baba, I will watch editing tutorials. I will edit those vlogs.
No, we see you.
I will.
No,
do you understand?
I
will do what I need to do. I'm going to put my all into getting that plan. But if that's never going to work out for me, that's why I need to sit down with God 20 minutes pale. God needs to say, this is never going to work out for you. If it's never going to work out for me, I don't want to work towards a goal that was never meant for me. I need to, that's my problem. I need to know what's meant for me so that I can then shift my energy from what's not for me into what is for me. Because I put 100% in everything that I do. Do you know what I mean? But now I'm putting 100% in something that's not meant for me. I feel like that's so counterproductive. I don't want to do that.
Interesting.
I want to put 100% in something that I know is going to work out. That's something that I know is for me. Something that I know, like, this goal, I'm going to reach it. So now let's work hard. I don't mind working hard. I can work hard. Do you know what I mean? But it must be for a good reason.
I hear that. Hey, man, it's a tough one.
Sorry.
We're never going to stop.
I can see.
I'm going to stop here. I just wanted to say I'm okay with the goal being downsized also. Not being as big as I wanted it to be. That I'm okay with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear that. No, we need to deep it more.
Yes.
Because there's a lot to unpack with this. And the reason I say this is because it's not just...
When are you okay
with
the blend changing?
No, I said no.
Yeah, he said
no.
no.
Girl, I'm
so
saying
you are not okay.
I'm not okay.
The plan needs to be the same.
When this is this.
This is it.
This is there's no other plan.
I have nothing else, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say like I just love this craft.
Yeah.
And I'll do anything for this craft. Hey, yo, not anything. Not
Show
anything,
pictures.
you know, but I'll do as much as I can, morally so, to get to the dream. So this is it. But I think for me, if I can see a burning bush or a talking donkey or manna falling from the sky,
I will not run away. I will not run away.
And then God says, Chief, go to full-time ministry. I'm just maybe not full-time ministry.
I see it in your future.
Full-time ministry.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much.
No, for real. I think once you touch 45,
Yo, I don't know.
family, kids, touch 45.
Hey, there's so much.
I don't know, man. I don't know about
There's so
that.
much to do.
Have you ever heard Bokang preach?
Have I preached?
Full-time ministry.
Preach to us. He has so much discernment.
Preaches wild. I'm
I'm
just sharing.
Bokang could go. The thing is, I can fully see Bokang going.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming through.
So
if you want
serious.
more of this, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Please don't forget to Ndala the 5-star level on Spotify. And listen, we'll see you in the next one. Hey, Nina, subscribe, like, and share.
Toss the B.
I don't know about that. But how fast? We want 1 hour 30, 2 hours 40
Yes.
level here. You understand? But anyways, thank you so much. Until the next one. Tango!
Thank you.
Issue.